Most people don't realize that some of the biggest emotional damage in life doesn't come from enemies. It comes from friends we keep long after they've stopped being good for us. The hardest relationships to let go of are often the ones that quietly drain your confidence, your peace, and your sense of self. By the end of this, you'll understand why certain friendships feel exhausting instead of supportive, why your energy changes around specific people, and how letting go isn't a failure of loyalty, but an act of self-respect. This isn't about cutting people off impulsively, it's about seeing clearly. Let's start with a type of friend many people mistake for motivation. This is the contender. The one who has always been competing with you, even when you didn't know a competition existed. In school, they needed higher grades. In social situations, they wanted more attention. As adults, they compare careers, relationships, homes, and now even their children. On the surface, it looks like ambition, but psychologically, constant comparison activates threat responses in the brain. Instead of feeling safe and supported, you're subtly on guard. Healthy competition can inspire growth, but when a friendship is built on one-upsmanship, it turns your nervous system into a battlefield. You stop sharing wins because they feel like challenges. You minimize your struggles because they become opportunities for judgment. Over time, your friend stops being a companion and becomes a rival. And no relationship can thrive when it's rooted in silent comparison. Ask yourself this quietly. When something good happens in your life, are they genuinely happy for you, or do they immediately redirect the focus back to themselves? Your body already knows the answer. Then there's the friend who's always missing, the one who forgets your birthday, the one who wasn't there when you needed comfort, the one who takes days to respond, cancels plans last minute, and always seems too busy for you, but never too busy for others. This isn't about being needy. It's about reciprocity. Human connection relies on consistent signals of care. When those signals disappear, your brain experiences rejection, even if you try to rationalize it. You start making excuses for them. You lower your expectations. You tell yourself they're just busy. But attention is a currency. We spend it on what matters to us. When someone repeatedly shows you that you're not a priority, believing otherwise slowly erodes your self-worth. Letting go doesn't mean you hate them. It means you accept reality instead of fighting it. And acceptance is one of the most powerful psychological boundaries you can set. Now let's talk about a dynamic that's often romanticized but deeply damaging: the commitment phobe. This is the person who leans on you emotionally, relies on your support, enjoys your presence, but never fully shows up in return. You're always there, but they're never all in. Psychologically, this creates an imbalance of investment. Your brain releases bonding chemicals through consistency and emotional labor. Theirs doesn't because they're not committing at the same level. Over time, you start trying harder to earn something they've never intended to give. This dynamic chips away at your self-esteem, not all at once, but slowly, quietly. A relationship that doesn't move forward doesn't stay neutral. It moves backwards, taking your confidence with it. Choosing to step away is not rejection. It's choosing someone who chooses you back, even if that person is you. Then there's the friend who knows everything, or at least thinks they do. The one who criticizes your clothes, your choices, your appearance, your decisions, even things that have nothing to do with them. They disguise judgment as honesty and superiority as concern. Constant criticism triggers self-doubt. Your brain begins scanning for flaws that weren't there before. And here's the uncomfortable truth. When someone consistently undermines you, it often has less to do with your shortcomings and more to do with their need to feel superior. Allowing that dynamic to continue doesn't humble them, it feeds their ego. Real friends don't make you feel smaller to feel bigger. Pay attention to how you feel after spending time with them. Energized or diminished, that emotional aftertaste matters. Another draining presence is the perpetual sulk. The friend whose world is always falling apart, whose pain dominates every conversation, and who makes you feel guilty if you don't listen endlessly. Compassion is important, but emotional dumping without balance becomes emotional extraction. Human beings unconsciously mirror the emotional states of those around them. This is called emotional contagion. If you spend enough time absorbing someone else's negativity, your mood, motivation, and even outlook on life will shift. Helping someone should not cost you your mental health. You are allowed to care without carrying. Distance is sometimes the kindest boundary for both people. Now consider the social networker, the friend who has thousands of online connections but little presence in real life. Social media creates the illusion of closeness without the substance. Likes replace conversations, comments replace support. The brain craves depth, not quantity. When most of your social energy is spent maintaining digital connections, real relationships begin to feel neglected. And here's the reality. Online connections are fragile. Algorithms change, platforms disappear, but real friendships are built on shared experiences, eye contact, and time. If you're constantly online but feeling lonely, it's not a coincidence, it's a signal to reconnect with what's real. Then there's a dynamic that feels exciting at first, but dangerous over time: the commitment spouse. The playful banter, the emotional closeness, the subtle crossing of boundaries. Even when nothing physical happens, emotional intimacy can quietly shift into dependency. The brain doesn't distinguish clearly between emotional and romantic bonding. Once boundaries blur, stress increases, guilt creeps in, focus decreases, and suddenly both your work and personal life feel unstable. Addressing boundaries early isn't cold, it's responsible. Protecting your peace sometimes means stepping back before things spiral. Finally, there's the gossip friend, the one who thrives on sharing stories, rumors, and workplace drama. At first, it feels harmless, even entertaining, but gossip creates an environment of distrust. If they talk about others to you, they talk about you to others. Constant gossip keeps your brain in a state of alertness. Who knows what? Who's watching? Who's judging? Over time, it damages your reputation and your sense of safety. Silence, in many situations, is not weakness, it's wisdom. Here's something many people don't want to hear. Outgrowing friendships is not betrayal, it's evolution. Every relationship has a season. Some are meant to walk with you for a lifetime. Others are meant to teach you something and then fade. Letting go doesn't require anger or confrontation. Sometimes it's simply choosing not to keep explaining yourself, choosing not to chase, choosing not to shrink. The goal isn't isolation, it's alignment. Friendships should feel like safe places, not tests you're constantly failing. Take a moment and reflect. Who do you feel most like yourself around? And who do you feel like you have to perform for? Your nervous system already knows which connections are nourishing and which are draining. When you release what no longer serves you, you create space. Space for peace, space for growth, space for people who meet you with respect instead of competition, presence instead of absence, and support instead of criticism. If this perspective resonated with you, take time to sit with it. Awareness is the first step towards change, and change begins the moment you choose yourself without guilt. Stay thoughtful, stay honest with yourself, and remember, the quality of your life is deeply connected to the quality of the relationships you allow into it.